Hi, today we'll be talking about open and closed source software. My name is Max Cleary, and this is ITGS IB Diploma Higher Level. We'll start off with open source software. Open source software is computer software with its own source code, made available and licensed with an open source license in which the copyright holder provides the rights to study, change, and distribute the software to anyone for any purpose. Basically, anyone can do whatever they want with it. It's free source software. You can do whatever you want. Like, you download it, you can edit it, customize it, change it, absolutely anything. It's very often developed in a public collaborative manner. So basically, everyone sort of works together to try and build a certain, basically the same sort of software, just upgraded constantly by different users of the internet. Open source software is the most prominent example of open source development, and it is often compared to technically defined user-generated content, or as they legally define it, open content movements. So it's free and created by users, and you can edit it. That's the main concept. Some examples of open source software would be Mozilla and Firefox, Mozilla is the actual web browser itself, whereas Firefox is the web search engine. Everyone knows Firefox for having plugins. All these plugins are created by different internet users to try and upgrade the software. It's so that more people can have their own take, basically, their own choices and decisions made on all the software that's downloaded and edited and customized. There's loads of them. Linux, for example, is another open source software. It's just any software used over the internet that people take down, develop themselves, and then put back out there for other people to use. They sort of help each other to try and create this overall software, I guess, which would potentially help them use and manipulate whatever they're trying to use it for. Pros and cons of open source software. Well, the pros are, first of all, it's cheaper than buying closed source software. You can customize it loads, right? And there's really fast bug fixes. So you could go onto a forum on the internet. Say you could go onto a chat room, for example, with other people who are using the same software and ask what they should do if you need help. It's basically a support group on the internet which help you understand what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to overcome issues with the software. And it's really easy, a lot quicker than asking for support from Microsoft or Apple, which usually takes quite a lot of work and effort. The only problems are that it's unreliable quality. You wouldn't know if it's actually what you're trying to get. You're not promised anything. It's half and half, really. You kind of just have to go with a gut instinct and trust whatever you're downloading. There's no reliability that it's actually what it says it is. It could be viruses, it could be anything, really. So it's up to the user to decide to use it or not. Closed source software. Closed source software, also known as proprietary software, is computer software licensed under exclusive legal right of the copyright holder, with the intent that the licensee is given the right to use the software only under certain conditions and restricted from other uses such as modification, sharing, studying, redistribution, or reverse engineering. Basically, once you bought closed source software, you get what you bought. You can't change it, you can't edit it, you can't modify it, you can't share it. It's yours. There's nothing you can do with that. You can't edit it in any shape or form. You can't do anything with it apart from use it for what it's made for, I guess. There's no bringing it back to any older levels. It's what it is. You get what you're given. You get what you paid for. So it's interesting. Microsoft have the biggest, most well-known closed source software. You get a license basically where you promise to follow a certain base rule, meaning that you can't change any of the software that you bought. Some examples of closed software include Microsoft Office, which is developed by Microsoft, Photoshop, which is developed by Adobe, and Norton Antivirus, which is developed by Symantec, which basically all of these companies create this software to try and make money. That's the real difference, really, is that closed source software isn't free. It's not you're not allowed to do anything with it. Once you've bought it, you get what you've bought. There's nothing you can change it to. You can't edit any of the information. You can't change any of the programming. You can't change any of the code. You bought it. It's yours now, and you're licensed to use it. Unlike open source, where as you can use it, whatever you can do, whatever. There's no license saying that you're allowed to use it. So if someone was to suddenly take ownership, you'd have to close it down. Yeah. The pros and cons of using closed source software. The pros are its reliable quality. You know that what you're buying is going to be proper stuff. I mean, if it's not, you can take legal actions. So you can return the product, you can sue the people, who knows, you can do whatever you want. You've been told that it's so-and-so, and therefore you've paid for so-and-so. And if it's not so-and-so, yeah, there's going to be issues. There's customer support, so you can call in to ask for help from the creators of the software, but no one else online can actually help you. So there is customer support, but there's no one who can actually edit it for you other than you can't edit it, basically. Only the company who created it can. But you are licensed to use it. The cons, it's costly. Microsoft Office especially, like just looking at it, Photoshop, Norton Antivirus, they're all expensive. The business is trying to make money. You can't customize it, as we've said. And the updates and fixes take a lot longer because they do a global fix, basically, rather than just doing it for one person if there's a bug going around. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope I've helped a little bit. Again, my name's Max Cleary, and I hope that everyone's gotten answers from this. Goodbye.